Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is a very quick video. So this is something that actually I did a video on previously. Basically, I have two of these right now. KAC KS1s. This is the Well Pro version. I'm actually in the middle right now of shooting a review video of this one and comparing it to this, which is the Knight Armament KS1 by VFC. So this is the more expensive version. This so far is the version that I would probably pick out of the two of them. Kind of spoiler alert a little bit there. But one thing that was really annoying to me when I first got mine was that this was not with me. So I basically had it like this, and it still looks very cool. It's an incredibly cool rifle, but it didn't quite have the same look to it. Like that with this attachment on the end of it just looks very much cooler and very much more distinctive. You can pick out things, the color of it, the rail of it, the potted barrel on the inside, the gray stock tube, little dagger that's under here for the Royal Marines, other things like that. But I ordered this at the time and I could not get hold of one of these KAC KS1 suppressors, which was so annoying. So I had them on order. This one's just turned up, and I've got a video coming on this one shortly. But I had it on order, and this KAC had turned up, or this VFC one had turned up, and I was like, I really want something. Which meant that I went hunting online to look at different 3D printed files that I could do. Now, in the previous video, I actually talked about this. This is from a creator on Cults 3D called LinoCAD. You can go and check his link down below in the description to this actual file and to the page that he has some other designs on. He's got other designs coming, more suppressors, etc. He was messaging me on Discord. It was kind of an awesome interaction. But when he built this, in fact, I'm going to pause this for 1 second because I'm going to go get the original one that I printed. Sorry, here we go. Anyway, so when I printed it, I made a video of it. I was like, okay, this thing is pretty cool. It basically means that I can now put a KAC suppressor looking thing onto the end of my replica. It's obviously 3D printed. It weighs a lot less, but it can take a tracer in it, which I'm going to show you in a second. And he actually messaged me on Discord just saying like, hey, thank you so much for making the video. I'm LinoCAD, the guy that designed this. Got chatting for a little bit, and he was like, hey, if there's any like feedback or things that you think I could make better, please always let me know. And I said to him, like, actually, I think it's amazing. Now, I then went and tested it, shot a load of rounds through it on my smart target. And one thing that ended up happening was that, I'll show you quickly how this works. So it prints in multiple pieces. You've obviously got the heat shield. This is the main part of the suppressor. And originally the design, which I made the previous video on, would basically take this. You can put the tracer in there, which I'll show you in a second. But basically it would take this and it would place this inside the heat shield. So you could put this piece in here. You would drop that straight in. It would align here. And to hold it in place, you would take this, which was another piece of the print, and you would drop that in place, and that would just hold that in there nicely. You'd screw that on, and then this thing is solid. And it has the heat shield, or you can pop it like that. You can get rid of this and just use it the standard way without the heat shield on it, like the real steel kind of thing works. Obviously, you don't have the QD release that you do with a real one because it's 3D printed, but it worked really well. Now, after I used it a little bit, I was like, oh, one thing that happened was this thing actually popped out because of the recoil from the gas blowback. I only use gas blowback, so that was kind of something that was going to happen with me. I messaged him saying, hey, just one thing. It's amazing. Thank you so much for doing such an incredible design. The entire thing is so well designed and so well built. However, I did actually just have a couple of issues just where it popped off. Do you have any recommendations for how I could secure it with this ring a bit better? Is there something I'm missing? He actually literally came back to me within like, I think it was like an hour, and was like, oh, I didn't even think of that. I don't use gas blowback, so I haven't had that issue. Let me work on something. Now, I got a message from him again. I think it was like 2 days later, maybe a day later, being like, hey, I've designed something new to make this thing work better. I'd love it if you could test it out and like check it out. I'm going to be doing an upgrade or an update on the actual Cults 3D page. And it's one thing that I really love. Oh, got like a splinter in here. One thing I really love about Cults 3D is that if you order something from them, or like you order something from a creator and the creator makes a change or they update or do something else to add on to their design, they can then just do the update and you'll get an email because you've already bought the file and it will say, hey, this person's done an update. So as you messaged me and I checked that Discord, it literally sent me an email saying like, oh, LinoCAD has done an update to the KAC QDC MCQ mock suppressor unit. And it's like changed. And I was like, okay, well, this is interesting. I don't know how he's done this. But he messaged me, said, hey, check it out. Let me know what you think. If there's any other like further improvements or feedback, let me know. And he designed this thing in such a cool way. So now this is a different heat shield. It's the same like design in terms of like, this is, you know, it looks exactly the same, works exactly the same. Except this one, the new version that he's done, instead of having this like inset lip, which you can see there, this one actually has threads in it. And so I was thinking like, I don't know how he's going to do this and secure this heat shield in a way that's going to work. But basically now you can drop in this insert, the actual suppressor. You can see here it's now got these threads. He then has designed two pieces, one which is this locking ring. So now you have a threaded ring basically there. And I was like, oh, okay, well that's amazing because there's a gap there so you could still put the actual 14mm threaded barrel through the bottom here. But the amazing thing is it was like he's basically done this, which I can kind of like gently put on myself, but he designed this as like a tool. So with this tool, I can then basically now turn and put this on. To be honest, putting it on, I don't think is a big deal because now it's locked in there. Like you can see there, this thing's solid, that piece is in. But getting it out, that's the issue because how are you going to like get this out to remove the tracer unit from inside? So now it's got this tool and I can just basically use it. It's kind of almost like a hop-up tool, you know, where you've done that. But I forgot to put the tracer in, but I can literally open this up, turn on my tracer, pop my tracer in. This thing fits perfectly, like literally slips in like that. Then attach this on the top. That sat there. I can then drop this into the heat shield, line it up so it comes straight through. You can hear that tracer with a low battery warning. Then I can just put this here, this little ring. I'm going to tighten it up. Oh, not line it there. I'm going to tighten it here. Fully tighten it with this. Okay, that's tight. And now it's locked into place. So before it was locked into place, but too much recoil would get it out. I hate this nodule in here. But now instead of having to have this on the top, which is fine, I can now put this guy onto here. Let's make sure I'm lining it up. It's hard to do at this angle here. There we go. Threads on this are great. Everything is like done really well. I feel like sometimes I'll get 3D printed files and it's just not done right. It's like you think it's working fine, but it's like the threads will just not be quite aligned. This guy is awesome. So now I basically have this. And this file to download is €4.33, so like $6 basically to download the file. It's probably about $3 worth of filament. And I've then taken what I had, which was a very average looking KS1, and it's now made it look like that. This is the expensive $150 one that I've just got from Octagon. And you can see here, like obviously one is 3D printed and one's not. But like the actual design of them is almost identical. The trades are a lot clearer on this one. The coloring is closer to what it is. But you could print this in any color. You could do it in black. You could do it in whatever you wanted. And I'll take this off and I'll just show you what it looks like next to the other one. I mean, the only difference that I can find, obviously it's 3D printed, not metal, but the only main difference for me is that like it doesn't have QD release, which could be important. I really like it because I like this. These things are notoriously screechy. But this basically is the difference now between the two of them. And for $150 versus $6, there's quite a big difference in cost. I could print like probably, what, 40 of these or 30 of these for the same cost, which is pretty crazy. Well, maybe not 30, maybe 20 of these for the same cost. But like, yeah, I mean, I'm really, really impressed. Plus, it takes a tracer unit, etc. But I thought I would just do that as like a little update video for you guys. This horrible tracer unit in there. A little update for you guys just on this, but it's just awesome, like the community here where, you know, I can make a video, review a product, someone sees the review, likes it, asks me a question, says, hey, how can I make this better? And then I let them know, and now this is great. So as I said, LinoCAD's the designer. I'll be using this in a couple of like testing videos, but LinoCAD's the designer. I've put the link down below, so go and order that if it's something you want. You don't need a KS1. You could put this on anything because it takes a 14mm thread. And I think it looks very, very cool on anything with like an M-LOK rail that's kind of like that length. I might print one in black and a couple of others, but yeah, big fan of this. LinoCAD's KAC QDC MCQ mock suppressor tracer unit with a shroud for the KS1 L403A1. Love it. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here. See you on the next video. Have a great day wherever you are. Goodbye.